This particular scope is a 6 power or 1 to 6x, 6 times magnification variable rifle scope. It's a 30 millimeter tube. The overall length of the scope is just over 11.5 inches, and it weighs about 16 ounces, about a pound. Now, in this particular case, I've got the scope set in a one-piece Leupold mount. The scope itself is machined from a one-piece tube of aluminum. And of course, like all modern Leupolds and many modern rifle scopes, the tube is purged with gases to disallow the ingress of moisture inside the tube. You have, of course, a focus adjustment back here on the eyepiece. And then this scope also features what I would call the more low profile throw levers. Now, here's where the Leupold Patrol 6 HD CDS ZL2 gets interesting. CDS stands for Custom Dial System. This, of course, is the elevation turret. So here's the dial, and I can move it around to different settings. I'm getting a tactile input there from where it's indexing on various mechanical settings on the dial. When I rotate it back around to here, you'll see that when I get to the 0, the lock pops out. Now it's locked. So the way that's indexed to your particular setting, this is beyond the custom dial aspect of it, is that there are 3 Allen screws, very small Allen screws, that are in the top portion of this dial. And what you do is you can loosen those, take the dial off, reset the 0, and then put the dial back on. And again, if you have a dial that's been customized to your load, those numbers can be engraved in such a way that all of your settings will match your actual ballistics. This scope is generally sent out with the idea that you're going to be shooting the M855 62 grain 223 Remington or 5.56 NATO load. But it could certainly be adapted to other cartridges, other drops. And that's what the custom dial system is all about. ZL2 on the CDS ZL2 nomenclature means custom dial system, and then ZL2 is 0 lock, which is again this feature: press the button in, the dial moves, bring the dial back to 0, it locks. This is a 0 lock, and the 2 in this case stands for 2 revolutions of elevation adjustment out of your elevation turret. Now the other turret, of course, is the Windage turret. In this case, they've chosen to cap the Windage turret. So this particular model of the Patrol 6 HD has what Leupold calls the CMR2 reticle in it, which consists of essentially a crescent with a dot in the center of it, that's the main aiming point, and that's the point that's illuminated by this illuminated system. If I'm shooting with the scope, it's on the rifle, I set the rifle down. After 5 minutes, the scope reticle illumination turns itself off. Now, once you reach for the gun again, pick it up, by the time you get that gun up to your eye, you're probably going to find that the reticle is back to the setting that you left it on. When you think about how much quicker a rifle scope with moderate magnification can be, and yet enough magnification that it can allow you to reach out somewhat, something like the Leupold Patrol 6 HD really is a good bet. And with Leupold, you're getting a good American-made product with a good warranty.
For more on firearms and shooting gear, go to AmericanRifleman.org.